Welcome back to Song of Six Builders. I was letting it run just a little bit so we could have a little progress here before we started recording today, and well, I stand corrected. We did gain the first title I have earned in Song of Six, and it was the workshop, the artisan one. So I was disbelieving that we would actually get to that many items produced before we got other things. Now we are close on a couple other ones, but here we are. So we could boost various things. Now this does not unfortunately apply to our current run, which is a bit of a shame. But in future runs, we can definitely nab this to increase our production of these various goods. One thing that has changed, I think, semi-recently, I believe you get 50% of the bonus with your first unlock, and then every time you do it with another race, you get more and more bonus. So each race you unlock with this title will increase the boost by an additional 8.3%. So that's not insubstantial. So weirdly enough, I mean, to quote-unquote finish Song of Six, you would need to get every single title with every single race. That would be very difficult because some of these do not gel very well with other ones. But there we go. In theory, series success, because my goal was to get a title. We're not done here yet, but that makes me very happy that we were able to do that. Along that same end, let's actually pause here. Other titles that I think we could get relatively well. There's a population one that is 1500. Yeah, first to their name would be pretty easy to get. Yeah, that would be pretty easy to get. So we need some innovation, and we need whatever settle is. Population plebeians 25%. Yeah, so we just need to basically get to 1500 pop. This one we will almost certainly get in this series. And another one is the nudist, which is what we were actually actively working towards. As you can see, it's basically just based on time played. So I just need more time. Hence why I was kind of letting it roll forward some. Right before that, we also had another bad happening. Some more bandits showed up. There were over 200 of them. I was kind of itching for a fight, but we were 2-1. So unfortunately, they took a bunch of our fish, which is okay. We can recoup that. And they took some of our leather armor, which is a little more painful. Although leather armor is not the best, we are going to want the plate armor. So there is also something to be said about that. My biggest concern right now is our health is steadily getting worse. To do the hospitals, we needed tools. To get the tools, we needed the smithy. To get the smithy, we needed the iron. To get the iron, we needed the iron ore and the coal. To get the coal, we needed the clay. All that being said, I have completed the smithy that we started last time. So we are finally making some progress on that front. As you can see here, we already have 10 tools. So let's go ahead and plan ourselves out a bit of a hospital. I don't actually know what kind of sizes make sense. So we're just gonna go with it. We'll see what we can do. If we started with, let's say, a 9x9, okay, that's too big in that would need support. You just need beds. Okay, also, somebody was trying to tell me, oh, I stand corrected. The shrink room is the pillar button. I was trying to do it via this, so was this also the same? No, it was because I did have the shrink on. Okay, well, there we go. I do not like that. I expect a pillar button, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is. That is how it works. So thank you for that tip. I also had one, I believe, from Gray, where he was saying I had the nobles a little mixed up. Each noble does the amount of people that they can support. So 50 fishers, 50 more fishers. Not I have 50 who are double boosted. So that's fine. I mean, it doesn't really change anything. There's got to be an easy way to tell how many people I have employed in a certain job. If we sort by employment, that kind of works. That does not really work. Okay, so we want to look at fishermen. This is not going to be particularly useful. I mean, we have a lot of fishermen. If you know how to see just a count of employment based on job type, let me know. That would be useful there. Okay, back to our hospital here. So I believe for this one, the beds are going to help us recuperate from being sick or diseased. It looks like we can just really stuff them in here. Okay, so that is 16 beds, which would have 4 employees. I have literally no idea what kind of numbers we would actually need. I do know you have to walk to the hospital to get treatment, and so you kind of probably need one in each like little village or spaced out. So we will do that. Let's just get our first one done. Unfortunately, we are having a furniture shortage greatly. Oh, hey dummy, you need some doors. Okay, fine, have some doors. All right, so we're gonna let that get going, and I think we're gonna go ahead and add another furniture shop in. So if we put that here. Yep, that's fine. No. I want to change. I do not want the doors there. Is that actually getting rid of them? It means a full wall. Okay, well, if they put a door in there, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. All right, go for it, guys. Population-wise, I'm at 10,050 allowed in. So we're getting there. We are kind of topped out. The little up arrows are people wanting to move in. So we've kind of maxed that out until we make them happier. I put in that graveyard last time, but I'm having a problem where they're not going to get them. And I don't know what the problem is. They have not gotten anybody up here, in fact. One thing I did notice when I was poking around trying to figure that out, where was that? Here. So these were unchecked, so I checked them. Yeah, I'm not sure. Your plebeians don't care about this, and its value has no effect on fulfillment. So I guess they don't care about graveyards. I think that's an Amevian thing. So we may actually unlearn that technology and forget that. So to that end, does that mean that they just would prefer a mass grave? And I took all my mass graves out. No, I didn't. We have one up here. Maybe it's deactivated, right? You gotta remember how I turned that on or off. Okay, let's turn that on. Let's see what happens. We had that accident over here. Wherever it was. We had some bodies. Yeah, they're in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Oh, and somebody just immediately grabbed him. I'm gonna guess they're gonna take him to that. Yeah, let's watch this. I'm gonna guess they're gonna take him to that mass grave. Yep. Okay, so they just don't like graveyards. Okay, rip me. We're gonna go ahead and delete that graveyard. Yep. And we may as well go and forget that technology. Weird. Very weird to me. I mean, I guess it's fine. Like, different races liking different things is what makes them interesting. So you... No, that was not the button. I want to forget you. How do we forget you? Hold left shift and click. 25 points. Yes. Okay, so that gives us back a bunch of innovation. What we needed from the innovation was, it looks like we're going to need library. Or we're going to need that in the very near future. So we'll just let that play for now, and then we'll consider... Oops. Are you also turned off? You are... let's actually delete this one. I don't really want the bodies there. Resting place, yeah, that's... Oh, I can't turn it off until... Okay. That's fine. We'll deal with that. Okay, I am maxing out on coal. I'm maxing out on fiber. Okay, let's look at the fiber one. Let's put it down. So, We have 10 out of 10 people in there. You're exporting cloth. You're exporting clothes. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Man, having clothes would make this way easier. Like, we have a basic need that we're purposely not meeting to get that achievement. It's a little ouch. It's a little ouch, I will say. Okay, how are we doing here? Are we producing enough? Barely. All right, so I do have this one, and it is ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. And that's also kind of telling me that we are gonna need more. There's a distinct possibility in the next couple episodes we're gonna hit that 1500. Okay, what else? It's kind of the hospitals. It really just is. I need this hospital to get done. Okay, we're up and running on some more furniture. Okay, we have excess nobles. Let's get a furniture noble. So each one of you are employing 20. So that right there is 80 furniture workers plus an additional 86, 92, 103, 115 of them. Okay, so let's go find a noble. I want somebody young. Just for roleplay reasons, I like to hire people from that position. So we'll see if we can find somebody that's youngish. 12 years old. You sound like the exact type of thing we need around here. Elevate. Yes, this is gonna be Louis Vizath. Welcome in, Louis. All right, Louis, I want you to be in charge of some furniture for the time being, because we are dying for that. Okay, I guess we need to figure out this fisherman thing. So, how many fishermen are we employing? 10. These are almost always going to be 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, we're not boosting all of our fishermen, I can already tell you. And that one's a weird one. Let's just go by 10 still. So, 110, 20, 30, 41, 65, 168. I just know we had the 3 down there. Okay, so promoting you. What does that do? The current rank of the noble. More ranks allows the noble to contribute more towards their current assignment. Ranks are gained by leveling up your city. A noble can be stripped of their ranks, but the rank will become available. Oh, can't be stripped. Okay, well, okay, we have no ranks. So fishermen would definitely be one that we would be interested in doing. For sure. And veggies are a second one we would probably also be interested in doing. So we were doing 20, 40, 51, 57. Oh, these are so weird. About 100, let's call it. So we could use another vegetable guy. We're not starving though, and I don't feel like that's the problem. We're also going to add more. The extra furniture could be useful. The thing is, does this actually use more wood, or does this just increase their output? I don't know that either. Are we increasing efficiency or speed, I guess is the question. Okay, how are we doing? We're getting there. I'm not sure I built those the right direction. 99%. You gotta be kidding me. Come on, guy. Let's get that last one in here. Whoever it is. Now, another thing, now that we have tools, I believe the tools are what's needed to increase the levels here. No, that is incorrect. A bunch of furniture and some cloth. Okay. And that would be advanced fishery if we wanted to do that. Okay, there we go. It's open. Now the question is, okay, we do have the caretakers. They need some cloth and they need some opiate is what they would like. And we're allowing that. That's fine. Sounded like somebody was punching somebody. Okay, and we were importing some opiate, so we have a little bit. Are they just gonna bring one for each bed? Okay, that would be most of my opiate already. I thought I was... Oh no, I turned off the import because I wanted to go back to eggs. And why are we not... Okay, something's... That's the egg storage. Okay, you exist. You have a pull source. Alright, let's add another person in here. 2.5k veggies. That is essentially our harvest coming in. Looks like we've basically gotten it off the field. What's in that storage thing is not counting, so we're a little higher than that. What we want to know is, will this see us through the year? Another experiment I did, I added this. So I have a hauler bringing fish down here because these guys were really struggling on keeping enough fish. So I have some here. You are employing 21 deliverymen. That does not sound like that's a good use of my time. But maybe it's required. No resources select. Okay, something wonky here. Let's just no. Remove. I'm guessing that's going to be my main fish. Okay, we don't need to do that anymore. Okay, so pull source. We want the vegetables. Pull source, the eggs. Let's just let that play for a little bit and see how that goes. Yeah, that's fine. I know I don't need to do the fish because we're hauling the fish down there. I'm kind of wondering if the better way to do these would be, we have our warehouse and then we have a couple little haul, like just a little one-off hauler for the main goods. So we'd have like a fish, a vegetable, and then an egg, and then whatever else is really, really needed. Like down here, it seems like we're not getting the wood. And we need things like that because that's going to be used for maintenance. I really dislike that you guys are wanting to hire 21 people. That seems really bad. Because even if these one-off things, that is still way, way less than this. Right, I'm going to let that play for a little bit, and we'll see where the equilibrium. But yeah, that is pretty darn suspicious. Okay, we also are not selling things for their houses over here. We have the food stall, but we don't have the other. So let me zip up here. The market, please. These guys must be heading up there to do their market shopping. Alright, go ahead and build me a market. Let's get some road to fill in this excess area. Any place in here that's not. Also went around and I added a few more benches, since that was something that they were complaining about. Let's randomly pick somebody. They want some clothes. They want some soldiers. The raiders are laughing at us. Yes, they are. And they'd like more eggs. I think I'm just committed that eggs are going to be an import. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind on that. But yeah, they just feel so inefficient. That's unfortunate. If you were a race that needed like leather and meat, we could make aurochs, for example, and use everything. You got to use the whole buffalo. Okay, blacksmiths are going. How are we doing? I gotta train my brain where the tools are on here. There are 60 of them. Okay. Hospital. Okay, and we have people making it there. Being treated. What's your problem? Can I see? Recover. Injuries or illness. Tell me what your injury or illness is. Not here. Oh, he accuses you of being a land soul. Surely you must honor Krator more. Okay, temples is what that's kind of telling me. They'd like some torches, they'd like some clothes, they'd like some eggs. Okay. But I think we're gonna replicate this, so let's grab this. It'd be kind of an important building. This settlement may continue to grow up, so I think it's gonna be added in here. Put you right there. And then we'll road that. And then give it back to me. And we'll put one in down here. Now, same thing here. So this place is probably going to grow that direction. So let's put it in here. You're the same size as that, which means we could share a wall. Sure. Hopefully these are enough. I mean, we could add some smaller ones if we needed to supplement a little bit. I'm not seeing it full or anything, though. Already we have hit high tide, it looks like, so we were into 30-something for people who had health problems. Hopefully this is going to help. I want to know if it tells me... Is visibly miserable. Consider themselves to be afflicted with land sickness. Oh no. Let's see. Has an unusually nimble, scaleless tail. That's weird. I wanna... Odd jobber. I wanna know how they're sick. Because there is info here. So if we look in here, we have 29 people who are infected. Hospitals, what is this telling me? 0 out of 16, what's that mean? Okay, so ways we could get some more health. We could go up to bathhouses. Would be a way that we could consider that. Apparently massage parlors too. Interesting. Known diseases. These are all horrific, by the way. White shimmer. Victims of the white shimmer suffer high fevers and delirium. The disease is named for the hallucinations about moving bands of light permeating Six. Often blindingly afflicted for the duration of the disease, it is rarely deadly. Yeah, these are the bleeding fever. Yeah, you don't want the bleeding fever, trust me. Yeah, these are all horrific. But it looks like our numbers are going down. And hopefully it will only get better as we get these other places built. Now, another thing, we are going to want to start stocking things that are needed for upkeep. So that means we're going to need to add tools here. Add one click of tools. That means you, nope, not you, you are going to need a click of tools. Nope, not an amount. Settings. Yeah, one click of tools, please. And down here, even though it's relatively close by, I will just tell them to go ahead and store it. One click of tools. We're also, actually, now that I think about it, we're also going to need cut stone. Let's get in here and do that too, because we're going to be adding more statues. Add cut stone. Yeah, I think we're going to go and do some investigation. Assuming this gets my health thing under control, we're going to go investigate what it would look like to unlock temples. With temples, not only do they give a bonus to the followers, they can actually convert people. So we would want to be doing that. Okay, did that solve my burial thing? So, where was that? Opposition. Different religions like other religions differently. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of that. We're still getting 0 on the burial. I wonder if we're just a race that just doesn't care about that. Maybe that's the case. Wait, it's crowded in here. Holy moly. How we... I do not want person. Want thing. How we doing? Stone, wood, fish. Hold on. I've been letting them take some furniture, haven't I? I did give them access to that. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. We can have furniture. Furniture, that's gonna make other things an issue too, though. Same thing over here, so you allowed to have furniture. Right now, you say you only have one person needed. I guess there's some of everything I had allowed, so I guess it's running okay. Okay, food stall, food stall. No, market, market. Allow that. We have 2 furniture. So, yeah. I think we're gonna put one more noble on furniture. This has just been a perennial problem for me at the moment. See if we can catch somebody at work. Oh, look at him. There he is. He's the master carpenter. He's down here checking the place out. A 2-year-old child playing around in the carpentry shop. Nothing bad will definitely happen. Okay, here's a 7-year-old. Perfect. You're a noble now, Harry. You're a Harry noble. And you're in charge of carpenters. Alright, we'll boost that. Every bit helps. And we're actually out of wood, or very, very low on it. I'm actually a little shocked at that. Is that actually the case? Some of that's because I've just been building. No, our carpenters are definitely using more than we have. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna need more. What does the soil look like here? Can I put some more forestry in this little section? It looks okay. I mean, it's not the alluvium. This is where gyms are, but I don't really have another spot for that at the moment. Well, we can put some up here. Like here, probably. So we would have to get that water. I don't hate that idea. I don't hate that idea. We have water relatively close, and I do have more pumping capacity open. All right, let's look at this. So this would be a woodcutter. Now I would probably, I mean, may as well make use of this. I also don't want to take up too much room near here because this is going to be, well, I guess it could go this direction. This is going to be more knowledge and whatnot. We put it all the way up to the road. This is already growing in good soil. This is not as good. This is kind of the mediocre stuff. Put in one big one, but we don't have the water necessarily. Put one in here. Okay, I think we're gonna put one here. So we're looking at a 10 by whatever. I think we do all the way up as high as the other one's gonna be, just because we want to share the irrigation. Okay, so we would do that. And then we're gonna do a 20 by whatever that was, and then another 10. So we'll have 2 legs of irrigation going up there. Give me a storage. And then we need an auxiliary. There. Build it. Okay, then we're gonna need water, canal. Like that. And that. And I can already just tell you we're gonna need 21. Okay, we're adding a bunch more need for water, so 5 more there. Okay, we'll give them a minute to get that done. Now, unfortunately, of course, we need furniture, so the perennial problem. Yeah, we'll let this one get done. I guess we could go ahead and go into planning just while I'm on the... It's easier to do all my planning for something like this at once. 20 by whatever that was. And same thing, you're gonna need a storage. You're gonna need an auxiliary, and you're gonna be a pretty chunky boy. And you're not going to be able to go against the edge, are you? Okay, that's a plus 40. Now we need a plus 10. Okay, and you can go against the edge. Sure. Do it. And then we'll do one more. Again, it's going to be 10 by whatever that was. Storage. Auxiliary. Now you're going to be pretty tiny comparatively. There you go. Build that too. Alright, and staying in planning mode, we're also going to need the water. So we'll need the canal. And not on the other side. And then of course these are going to need to go along the top some too, but we'll fiddle with that when we get there. Okay, and also I guess there's no reason, since we are having problems at the moment, we could go ahead and fell some of these trees. I don't need to save these or anything. Go ahead and do that. We got 29 odd jobbers and most of them are not going to have too much to do. Well, I take that back. The furniture is coming in. How we doing here? We still have room to hire up one more janitor. Import, yeah, we were thinking about having to import clay at some point. Okay, let's do our investigation. So I am looking for temples. Government, we get schooling. Library, okay, we could afford our libraries, which will allow us to get more knowledge. I don't think that's the thing we need at the moment, though. Refining, mining, husbandry, crafting. Okay, I missed it. I missed it somewhere else. No, that's the Empire stuff. We're not there yet. Okay, what am I missing? In tombs. Okay, here we are. Grand Temple. Oh, well, shoot. So even if we don't like graveyards, we have to get it unlocked. Because it's all part of the thing here. Huh. Okay, so this is where I would want to go, and it needs a ton of knowledge. I guess we are not even remotely close to temples. We can start working towards it, but that needs a bunch of knowledge, and so knowledge needs libraries. So that would be here. I guess we could start heading that way. I would also like to get fortifications. I need to think about that for a second. So we were talking about maybe something like right here is where we would build our fortification. Gives them a little bit of room outside, that we can have room to fight them and sally out. Alternatively, we could go like in, but I feel like this is actually going to use up more stone building an angle. So I think we're just going straight across. We'll just pick a spot, thinnest spot on land, and we'll do it. So a lot of stone, but otherwise not much of anything else. We're going to be looking at least one more village here and here. And then up on this side, we're looking at least one more up here. Okay, I'm just going to let that think for a little more. Okay, we have another hospital up. Great to see that no one needs it. Ditto. And here's where most of the people are. Okay, that's fine. As long as people are using it, it'll help. At the moment, at least, we're not seeing any overflow. We are out of opiate, though, which I am no, not importing currently. That may be something I need to import. There's some eggs coming in. We're not making enough money. Do we start exporting some fish? All right. One thing, we don't need a hauler that is this big for the fish. Let's actually dismantle that. Logistics, hauler. I mean, a 3x3 is probably already way bigger than we need. But that's fine. All right, and then logistics, import. And this is as small of an importer as we can do. I'd like to import opiate. We have an extra exporter here. Okay, the grain we pick up, the livestock we produce, the meat we produce. Okay, so you actually could be fish. We're gonna start trying to export some of our fish. Full source, remove. Full source here. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on things. We recently got robbed, but we're already recouping a good chunk of that, so I'm not too concerned. All right, you are pulling fish. And my pull sources are there. And my other pull source is there. Yep. Pull those on down. And I'll give you 2 people. And then you, I'm only gonna give you 1. Because I really just want you grabbing stuff from here, frankly. Which I should be able to do if we change the radius, but I'll just leave it alone for now. We'll come back to that. Hopefully we can make some money exporting some of our fish. We do make the best fish. Okay, we're maxing out on ore. Okay, so in here, we're making 52, and we're only using 29. Let's pull back quite heavily. We'll do another adjustment on that in a minute. We're okay on iron. We do have another smithy plan that we might put in. Our tools seem fine. Okay, we're maxed out on warhammers. We have metal now. I think we're done with warhammers. You change your recipe back to furniture for the time being. Maybe that is to do. We'll start getting a different weapon so we can actually fight. All right, do we need to unlock? I assume we need to unlock that from something. Woodcutter tools. Hang on a second. Is there a fishing tools? There are. This must have been what I was thinking of. That would be such a big upgrade. 10 innovation. Okay, we need 180 fishing employees, and we have 159 at the moment. Okay, so 21 more fishers would allow us to get fishing tools and make our fishing even more efficient. I think that is a good plan. Let's do that. Especially if we're going to start thinking about exporting some of this. Okay, so grab this. That's 10. I'll tell you what, you can be the 11. We need a storage. We need an auxiliary worth 50, please. Anyway, here's fine. Construct that, but that's going to be most of my wood. How are we doing? Why are we not done? Get on this, you bums. We're irrigating it. And my system is fine for now. Yeah, this is not going to be enough wood, so we definitely need this. We're supplementing by chopping. Let's do this for a second. I guess I just need to remember that any spot like that We should come through and chop once in a while if we're not maxing our wood out. I mean, it's free real estate, basically. All right, and that one is done with 13 employees. You'll love to see it. Did we just start the next one? I think we probably do. So take me in here, activate job, go ahead. And activate job. That's going to be all this. Okay, so this is going to be an additional 48 water. Are we good on pumping power? No. So come over here. 2 more should do that. Yeah, they're getting that built real nice. Furniture, we have enough. Yeah, I think we're just going to get all 3 of these going. Once you start moving the water, if you're going to pay to pump it, you might as well make sure you're using it. Yeah, get that done, guys. Already making 44 wood here, and it's definitely going to increase a little bit more as the water permeates. Also, there is a irrigation tech, I believe, that lets water go a little further, so at some point maybe we could fiddle with lowering, you know, how we have to kind of put the little end pieces on. I don't know if that's worth it or not, but it is a possibility. Yeah, get that done, boys. All right, I think that's close enough. Make that 2, and then you guys just do it. How are we doing up here? We are in. Okay, so I need 10 more. All right, so this road can go to there. Not that spot. All right, cancel job there. Okay, and then no reason not to just do it. So get the roads over. And the next fishery, you only need to be a 10-person fishery. 6, 8. Okay, you're gonna be a weird one, aren't you? I may come back and lower some of this. There's 10. Okay. And then if we shrink, let's see. I probably don't need like all of this land area. Yeah, see how that doesn't change anything on the amount of fishing we're doing. Just leaves it open if I want to build something else over there. All right, we'll need a storage. There you go, an auxiliary. There's the 50. There you go. Build it. No, we're not gonna have the wood for that, but they'll make do when they get it. 35 workers. Yeah, so yeah, let's come in here. 1,200, please. And that also is telling me now that we need some more housing. I think this area is gonna get that because they could help with this. So give me one of the. No, can't use that one. So I need to use the poppy area. Give me one of these. Yep. Okay, and yes. And I think we'll just plop one over here for now. This may have some more services or something in it. There. And we'll let them work on both those. Those cost me basically nothing because they're mud, so. That and that. That's another 100 housing. Now, we're not exactly drawing people in at the moment, so it's gonna take me a second. And we're actually getting some fish that are sitting. Do I add a hauler, perhaps? I would want them to haul it basically to here. You have room. You want room for more. Okay, you're full on fish is what that is. Okay, we'll do that. How are you doing? Okay, you. What's happening here? Let's remove those pole sources. Your pole source is here. That's what you need to do. Just get them from here, pull them in there. I think I had him just set up funny. I've been moving around sources quite a lot, so that's usually not a good sign. I want to catch him doing his job right. Of course he leaves for the day. Of course he does. Okay. Benches are still kind of on my mind. Insufficient workers. Yeah, we're working on that. $100 wood. Okay, hopefully these three will dig us out of our problem. So, what is that? 460, 470, 530, 570-ish. Oh, I'm doing all this math in my head, and then I look down, there's a net. Okay, so we are making net wood, and this will make even more. So we'll be fine once these are up. Moisture is 100%, so we don't need to worry about fiddling. Perfect. Love it. And our pumping is actually over pumping slightly, so we could probably knock one of you off. Okay, vegetables. It is spring, and we still have some. I need to actually catch that. Ideally, we would just be running out when it's harvest season. So I definitely think we're going to need more veggies, is what I'm saying. That also makes me think that we're going to need more veggie storage. Workload is low because there's 3 delivery men. I'm fine with that. I was thinking if it would be worth doing a hauler, but not really. We're already hauling the vegetables from here down to there. And these ones are so close. Yeah, we'll leave that be for the time being. Okay, you guys just got to get that done. You are fully staffed. Okay, we're looking to go up to 1,200. It's going to be a little bit of a slow boat to get the people in. Do we want another critch? Maybe we'll add another critch. So, it's only 3 employees, so it's not exactly expensive. A little bit of stuff that I'm already have or doing. I'll give you a road like that. That. There you go. Yeah, a little bit of homegrown here. Yeah. Oh, hey, and I can get rid of you quick. Yes. Okay, now that does kind of mean. So I want afterlife, mass grave. All right, so for the time being, we'll just dump. We'll have another one over here, you know, just to welcome people to town. And we'll do another one. Well, maybe this one that's up here can serve both of those. Tell you what, though, we will activate this main road chunk that we haven't built. All right, I'll keep us busy for a hot minute. I'm also kind of thinking maybe we need to double our training. Because, yeah, if we need to fight off 200 was the last bandit group that came over here and bullied us, so. Oh, we never got the other weapons either, so I got distracted. It's all right. I want to do this fishing thing. I feel like that's going to be my money-making plan. Oh, no, we're pulling from the main fish storage. Not enough stored goods. Okay, hang on. What's the problem here? Okay, when we have stored over 2,000, you can get that. All right, that should have fixed it. I don't know. I still don't know if I understand those menus 100% correctly, because at one point I accidentally sold off, I think it was fish, off camera. I just sold like all the fish on accident when I didn't think that's what I was doing. I do just about some of our meat. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what people's opinions are on the Globulin farms. I'm not feeling it, if I'm being honest. We would need a bajillion of them to have any hope of getting some eggs, and it just doesn't seem very efficient if we're not using the meat. I guess maybe the meat could go into our rations when we need those. We're gonna need rations to march our army around, so maybe it's okay. We'll just use the meat to make the rations. The other option would be fish, but we can directly eat the fish. Okay, I do see this guy doing what I want him to do. Just take the fish that is delivered here and get it in the warehouse so it doesn't rot as quick. Yeah, that seems to be working just fine. In fact, that seems to be working exactly how I want it to work. What are we doing here? Okay, we have lots of fish in here, so I assume that this is working okay. If you have everything but furniture that I would want you to have. But then again, you're employing 22 deliverymen. I don't know about that. I guess once it's fully stocked, it wouldn't be as hard to keep it up. I think I'm wasting a lot of employees in warehouses at the moment across various places. We also do not have any opiate. Okay, we're still overproducing here. We barely have a net, that's fine. Coal. We have a deficit of 11. So I need this to go up to 48. I don't know how much one worker does. In fact, let's do 2. Reason being, I am still at negative 16 workers. Although I do still have some odd jobbers, so I'm not exactly sure what that's telling me. It's alright, we'll get there. We'll get there. We have 49 houses still. Yeah, what is with this number? Because I definitely have odd jobbers. You say negative 15, but I definitely have people who are doing odd jobs. Like, that is definitively happening. I seem to like putting the walls up more, and they really like building roads. That's fine, just get it done. Get it done. All that lovely fish coming in. That'll make me some moolah. Yeah, this is definitely starting to shape up. Down to 19 sick people. What do we got? We got somebody working here. I'm just curious, like, how many people are actually making it to these places? Nothing here. And no one here. So we have 19 sick people, but none of them are seeking treatment. Or at least they haven't made it to treatment yet. Interesting. I wonder if that also means no available services. Because we don't have the opiate? Okay, that's the problem. And I'm trying to import them. Or am I? I thought I was importing them here. No, okay. Then that makes me feel a little bit better. It's not that they're refusing it to me, I'm just not set up properly. Opiate, where are you? Opiate. Importing. 72 is 1 crate worth almost. Those are expensive. Okay, well, we'll give it a try. That does seem to be the problem. Okay. Are we gonna need to produce those ourselves? How bad are we at doing that? Occupation, no. Population, no. Properties. That does not seem like that's the menu I want. Oh my goodness, where is the menu? It just shows me how much people like doing stuff. Services, access, relation, no, none of that. Here we are. Okay. How are we at doing this? So this would be like farming. Here we are. Employment. So we're looking for an opiate farm. We do not like working at opiate farms. Most people apparently do not. Our skill is at 80% and our fulfillment's at 50. So we would not enjoy that at all. I think I want to try to import those. Are people getting the fish here? No work is within radius. Okay, we're having problems here. You're supposed to take from there. Let's turn those off. When enabled, the workers will fetch from all odd resources from the ground and from production rooms within their radius. There's nothing to fetch. I feel like there is. You're both showing green. We are storing more than the amount. Price cap. What am I missing here? Oh, that's nice. Set order to the next closest source. That's really convenient, actually. Prioritized fetching allows workers to fetch from all storage rooms that are not prioritized within their radius. I mean, that's... I really don't want you to do all storerooms. Workers will get resources from the ground. Okay, so I guess we have to do that. Okay, now they're happy. Now they're happy about it. Okay, let's give you an employee, and we'll see if that actually happens. All kinds of things were wrong with that. Yeah, because we need to make some money, and we are full on fish, so that would be perfect. Are you... You are doing that. You should be fetching... I'm gonna turn that on too. The thing is... I would definitely need to turn your radius down, because the thing... I don't want them going and grabbing that... I'm gonna do like this. How can I see... How can I see what your radius is? There we are. I don't want them to go grab it from other places. AKA other storerooms that have come up here to grab their stuff. Same thing here. You look fine. Okay, hopefully that is good. Alright, we have 8 fish for sale. So this is working. It's just a matter of time. Population is up to 1,122. We are not getting any work done. We really need some more odd jobbers. It looks like whoever is choosing the work is mainly choosing to work on the homes, which is fine. We're gonna need them. We're gonna need them for more things to come in here anyways. So getting that done is fine by me. I think having the homes available is another thing that can help draw people in. So yeah, you get that, buddy. I do find it so funny that they're so obsessed with getting the road done over other things that are way less important. There we go, done. In the next set, let's see if you can get that done too. Yeah, looking good. Potential problems. We have anything here? The amount of odd jobbers you have is not a problem. He says is at negative 45. Sure. No rooms with problems, no storage problems, no wealth problems. Okay, says we're fine. I don't know if I totally believe that, but says we're fine. Okay, you know what? We have a lot of like through traffic right here. Maybe this would be a good spot for another little break area. So if we add in a hearth and we add in a well, let's just see. We have a lot of people doing a lot of long distance traveling past there. Having a little break stop might be nice for them. We'll let that happen. Okay, we're also training. I guess that's true. These guys are like essentially odd jobbers that are taking time out of their day to go train, I guess is one way you could think about it. We have 132 who are trained at the moment. So that's 20 of that negative 33, I think. All right, well, there's somebody that went check out the swimming pool, so I guess that's worth it. Okay, and some people using the hearth. There you go. All right, just trying to increase the availability of services a little bit. Clouds of insects are harassing your subjects. A swarm of flying, blood-sucking pests called desert devils descended upon your city. These annoyances are trying. They cannot extinguish your subjects fully and will leave again soon, but most who get stung by them will suffer from a certain affliction for many days. Afflicted subjects have flushed skin, a huge thirst, and are afflicted with delirium for hours at a time. There is a way to ward them off, but it's a bit unpleasant. They detest alcohol, but drinking it will not have much effect. Well, I don't have either of those alcohols. Maybe, okay, hold on. Maybe that's an avenue that we could explore. Is some alcohol production, that is. What do we like for our alcohol? So, drink preference. Current value is 0%. How do I tell which one this is supposed to be? Drink servings. Is this telling me? It's telling me that they would like either one. So piva or sheda. If we were gonna unlock piva or sheda. Pot making. I don't think any of these are my booze things. Mining, no. Refining. Basic brewing. 5 innovation. Okay, basic refining. We have those things. Hang on, do I actually have that unlocked? I just have not built one. Refining, I have. Okay, we need some pottery. Okay. Grain or fruit? Oh, well, that's going to be a problem. We do not do grain, nor do we do fruit. Okay, that's... I mean, that's a bunch more farmers needed, essentially. Because we're just, frankly, not making enough money. Part of the problem is that I only have the one dude as a trade partner. We are... Okay, somebody is picking up fish. Let's actually watch this. So he's gonna pick up... Okay, he picked up a good chunk. Okay, I mean, it's happening, is what that tells me. We're still doing fine on fish. We're full on vegetables and we don't have enough storage. That's the harvest just coming in. Yeah, look how much is still sitting out here. Okay, that's kind of telling me we need another storage place. Or we just need to increase the amount we are storing. All right, we'll let you have another click. I think what we're going to do is we're going to up the amount that these other places can hold of vegetables. We know we're going to need them anyways. Over here. Okay, that's at least a little bit more coming in. Yeah, just like with the water, there's no sense in growing it and then not getting it stored properly. Okay, yeah, that's fine, TM. Do I just need another warehouse? I might just need another warehouse. Big because that's going to cause problems with getting things. I guess it's fine. All right, let's activate another warehouse. What are you storing? Nothing, but I don't want that down here. Yeah, it's a decent amount of odd jobbers showing up. I don't know what my negative 24 is trying to tell me. That is definitely happening. Still have a little bit more housing to finish up over here. I do have some people seeking treatment. I'm happy to see that. Out of opium again, though. We are doing our best to import, is all I can say. Yeah, one worker there, that's fine. Yeah, the little piddly amount that we harvest on our map is definitely not going to cut it. Definitely not going to cut it. Oh my goodness. And speaking of not going to cut it, our time. Where did my time go? So that's going to have to be it here. So a few projects to definitely be working on. I feel like we're in kind of an awkward spot where I'm kind of looking at what we need to expand into next. Alcohol seems like it could be an avenue. That's going to require pottery, which we can do. That's fine. But then it needs a bunch of either grain or fruit, and neither of which is something we are currently producing. Yeah, and that's going to be a little bit annoying. I guess, I mean, we have more land, so that's not a problem. We could just put in like one big grain field and then see how much we could produce from that. That could be a thing. Alternatively, we could do the fruit. I wonder, are we better at grain or are we better at fruit? I think the answer is probably neither. Okay, so grain, where are you, grain? Fruit, 50-80. Yeah, we seem to be 50-80 on most of that. Grain, 50-80. I really would prefer to import those, but that means we need some more exports. So somehow we need to find a way to make more money on exporting. I'm not sure what that is. My go-to would be like furniture, but we can't really do furniture. We're just too low. Yeah, I'm gonna need to put some thought into that. Either way, I will work on that and see you guys in the next one. If you're enjoying the series, don't forget to leave a like on it. If you're not subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription. Love to have you back. And as always, if you'd like to support the channel, always consider becoming a member here on YouTube. That gets you early access to whatever I'm working on at the time. Goes a long ways to support the channel there. If you just want to leave a tip and you want to kind of cut out the middleman, there's also a Patreon linked in the channel info, or perhaps consider leaving a super thanks here or joining me live for a super chat. All right, Sixians, I will see you in the next one. Babble out.